You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, it has been a while since the playmaker Michael Irvin has actually been on TV. We all know what happened at the Super Bowl. Michael Irvin was sent home from the Super Bowl because of allegations at a Marriott hotel by an employee. He's been accused of some things, but yet and still, guys, it's been February, March, April, May, June, July, and there's still no evidence, really, that Michael Irvin did anything. And this man has not been on NFL Network. He was actually appearing on ESPN, also on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and he has had no work in 5 months. This is just unheard of, guys. It really is. If Michael Irvin is guilty, let it out there, because we saw the tape. The tape seemed like nothing. Now, there was no audio, but still, if you have nothing, then this man should actually be working right now. It is just ridiculous, man, that this man has not been allowed to actually go out there and earn a living. The NFL, ESPN, they probably actually colluded together, guys, to tell you the truth, to keep Michael Irvin on the sidelines. Now, when Michael Irvin was actually playing in the NFL in the 1990s for the Cowboys, he was actually accused of something by a woman, and it was totally false. She made it all up. Michael Irvin deserves to be back on the air. I don't know how many videos we've actually done on this topic of Michael Irvin. The man deserves to be back on the air. If you have something, I believe after 5 months, you should actually drop the evidence. Apparently, they have nothing. Yeah, I said it. Doesn't seem like they have anything. It's ridiculous, man. Now, Michael Irvin was actually going on a First Take, I believe, like on Mondays or something, mainly during like the football season with Stephen A. Smith, because First Take actually has a rotation of guys on the air. Now, Stephen A. Smith is actually back from vacation. He put up his podcast, and he actually dropped his thoughts on Shannon Sharpe and Michael Irvin. And he came out and he said it, guys. He wants Shannon Sharpe on First Take. He said it. He's been pretty vocal about that, but he actually said it on his podcast today. But he also addressed the playmaker Michael Irvin. Here we go, guys, on the spun. Stephen A. Smith has a message for ESPN about Michael Irvin. ESPN, they have not let Michael Irvin back on the air. And this is what Stephen A. Smith actually had to say about that. It says right here, Michael Irvin has been off the air ever since an alleged incident that took place before the Super Bowl earlier this year. A female employee at a Phoenix hotel claimed that Irvin made inappropriate remarks to her during an exchange a few days before the NFL title game. In response to those allegations, Irvin was suspended by the NFL Network and hasn't made an appearance on ESPN's First Take ever since. During Friday's episode of his podcast, First Take host Stephen A. Smith says he wants the Pro Football Hall of Famer back on his show. He made it public. Now, Stephen A. Smith's podcast, that is his podcast, is not run by ESPN. It is all him. Stephen A. Smith actually said this, quote, "We still haven't seen any evidence incriminating Michael Irvin. If we don't see that, this man should be on the airwaves," Smith said. And he actually even tweets out right here, man. He tweets out, while I'm at it, I want Michael Irvin back on First Take too. So that's the second time right here, but we also got a mini clip here from the show. He actually addresses on Shannon Sharpe and also Michael Irvin. Let's play this.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on First Take for a couple of weeks before I go back on vacation and then come back near the end of the month, ready to wreak havoc. I started off this show by saying I want Shannon Sharpe on the show, and I'm hoping that ESPN can work out a deal with him. I want Michael Irvin back on the show, and I'm hoping that ESPN can work out a deal with him as well.
So right there, you heard that. You heard that. He wants him back. He's made it pretty clear. if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is probably the first of Michael Irvin's colleagues to actually come out publicly and say, hey, I want him back. He said it. Video surveillance footage of the alleged incident shows no inappropriate physical contact, but the footage did not feature any audio. For one thing, the female employee actually approached Michael Irvin. She approached him, and it was like, I don't know, 15 seconds, if that. That was it. At some point, the NFL Network and ESPN should probably make a decision one way or another on their suspended employee. But for now, Irvin is still without a television job. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. It is utterly ridiculous that Michael Irvin still does not have his job. I guess technically he has his job, but they're just keeping him sidelined. How long are they're going to actually keep him sidelined? This is ridiculous, man. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Where is the evidence on what Michael Irvin has alleged to have done? Because we haven't seen it. We have not seen it, guys. Go and watch that video surveillance footage. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Nothing. Stephen A. Smith even knows it. He knows it, and he's saying, bring him back. But do I think that ESPN is actually going to bring him back? No, I do not. I don't think they will. Maybe they're actually waiting on NFL Network to make the first move, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all, man. This is ridiculous, man. Michael Irvin has been completely disrespected by ESPN and the NFL Network. It makes absolutely zero sense. The playmaker deserves to have his job back. I don't think I've seen anything like this in sports. 5 months, and you haven't come out and said what he actually did. All we've actually heard is an allegation. That's it, but we don't know what was said. Something is very, very fishy with this, guys. Something is extremely fishy with this. And Michael Irvin really should be suing not only Marriott, but the NFL Network and also ESPN. I don't know his contract with ESPN. He's kind of like a contributor in a way. But with NFL Network, that was his real job right there. And they just seem to have just pushed him to the side. This makes no sense. But we've heard nothing about Michael Irvin actually coming out and suing ESPN or the NFL. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.